While Cincinnatians have been gazing upwards at all their new tall buildings, they haven't noticed the most exciting construction of all, underground. Nothing on earth compares with what you will experience when you shop under the earth. Straight down, underground, where high prices will never see the light of day, where pollution is non-existent, and where the enormous energy savings of a naturally comfortable year-round climate get passed on to you. Does it sound unbelievable? Keep listening for more details as we approach the grand opening of... I'm sorry, we can't give it away just yet. But remember this name, Plummet Mall. The best value in town is a hole in the ground. Plummet Mall, opening in Greater Cincinnati soon. It's the most revolutionary way to shop in all the world, and it's opening soon. Plummet Mall, the world's first shopping facility that's built straight down, underground, where the climate is naturally comfortable, and where the lower you go, the lower the prices go. Plummet Mall, where continuously moving walkways and spiral escalators take you conveniently from value to value. This is not just another shopping center. This is the future of shopping, aiming for the center of the earth, where the savings are bottomless. Keep listening for the announcement of the location and grand opening of this totally new concept in shopping convenience. Plummet Mall. The best value in town is a hole in the ground. Plummet Mall, opening in Greater Cincinnati soon. Just imagine a place to shop where the weather is always perfect, even before you leave your car. Imagine no long walks because each store is connected by moving walkways and spiral escalators. Don't just imagine. Soon you'll experience the world's first straight-down underground shopping facility, Plummet Mall. Plummet Mall goes deep underground, where the climate is naturally comfortable year-round, and the enormous energy savings get passed on to you. This is not some faraway dream in a faraway city. This is right here. Keep listening for the announcement of the location and grand opening of this totally new concept in shopping convenience, Plummet Mall. The best value in town is a hole in the ground. Plummet Mall, opening in Greater Cincinnati soon. Ladies and gentlemen, please pay careful attention to the following announcement. Recently, you have been hearing about the imminent grand opening of the world's first vertical underground shopping center, Plummet Mall. Plummet Mall is the opposite of a skyscraper, going several hundred feet underground with dozens of famous stores, plus conveniences like moving walkways and spiral escalators. But unfortunately, the grand opening of Plummet Mall will be delayed. The two severe cold waves that have recently plagued the Midwest have caused a radical expansion and contraction effect beneath the Earth's surface. This has caused a profound shift of underground land masses, some by several hundred miles. Plummet Mall has been a tragic victim of this phenomenon and is believed to now be located somewhere between Greater Cincinnati and Lincoln, Nebraska. Search crews and seismologists hope to locate it within a few weeks. Until then, the best value in town is a hole in the ground. Plummet Mall, opening somewhere soon.
We will not only radically reduce the number of automobile accidents in North Carolina, we'll set an example for the entire country.
Jene Genkins.
A lot of accidents are caused by left turns because most left turns are made in front of oncoming traffic. Well, that's just inviting trouble. Many intersections already forbid left turns because they're just too dangerous, so it's not that new of an idea.
That's Jene with a J and Jenkins with a G.
The Jenkins plan includes, plainly and simply, a statewide ban on the left turn. Only right turns would be allowed. Yes, it means a little more planning, and it means a little more driving, but it also means a lot fewer accidents.
If you see that name on a ballot, remember, The Jenkins plan is a reasonable plan.
It's reasonable because it allows for left turns in those places where there really is no choice.
Jene Genkins is a reasonable man.
I'm Jene Genkins, testing the North Carolina waters. Keep listening. I think it's time for every dog, every cat, any pet in North Carolina to start pulling its weight, and I think that's reasonable.
Jene Genkins.
This would painlessly raise millions of new dollars to benefit citizens of North Carolina, and the pet owners in particular.
That's Jene with a J and Jenkins with a G.
Yes, the Jenkins plan includes a call for a state pet tax, a small, and I'm talking about very few dollars, annual tax on every pet. Think of how many people own pets and how many dollars and services it can provide. The tax would pay for pet-related costs like park shrubbery, highway animal cleanup, and new uniforms for mail carriers.
If you see that name on a ballot, remember, the Jenkins plan is a reasonable plan.
It's reasonable to expect a very tiny tax on, say, goldfish, and the plan has thought that through. The rate is determined by the size and environmental impact of the pet.
Jene Genkins is a reasonable man.
I'm Jene Genkins, testing the North Carolina waters. Keep listening. North Carolina deserves more jobs and a higher quality of life, and we can have these things when our citizens work to improve our state's literacy rate.
Jene Genkins.
The Jenkins plan includes a mandatory reading law for North Carolina, and the plan is simple. Every other month, every adult must read one book, write a report on that book, mail it to the state.
That's Jene with a J and Jenkins with a G.
That means we'll all be reading at least 6 books per year. You choose the book. It can be Shakespeare or Stephen King, Hound of the Baskervilles, or Garfield. The point is to read and write regularly and enjoyably.
If you see that name on a ballot, remember, the Jenkins plan is a reasonable plan.
It's a reasonable plan because it doesn't give grades. It gives government benefits for excellence, and that's an incentive for everyone to improve their literacy skills.
Jene Genkins is a reasonable man.
I'm Jene Genkins, testing the North Carolina waters. Keep listening. I know that I've upset a lot of people. I only ask those people to please not judge the Jenkins plan until they've heard all of it. And there's a lot more to hear.
Jene Genkins.
The Jenkins plan does create certain costs and inconveniences, absolutely. But the plan in its entirety will convince anyone that these costs and inconveniences are evenly distributed among North Carolina citizens, and the benefits to North Carolina will also be evenly distributed.
That's Jene with a J and Jenkins with a G.
I know that many people are angry about my calling for a state dress code because it's harder on citizens who don't already have good clothes. But they're the very people who would get the new jobs from fashion-conscious businesses that locate here.
If you see that name on a ballot, remember, the Jenkins plan is a reasonable plan.
The state dress code is reasonable because the spot inspections would only occur in the workplace, never in the home.
Jene Genkins is a reasonable man.
I'm Jene Genkins, testing the North Carolina waters. Keep listening.
Oh no, I woke up slow. I gotta get a new radio. It's almost 1:30, gotta move fast. I can beat him to the shower, give me half an hour. Can't believe another day is underway. I'm gonna beat my morning cares with some friends in a little box downstairs. You never let my morning down, you're my morning flakes. Get my day off of the ground, you're my morning flakes. No matter what the world out there can do to me, you make every day feel new to me. You never let my morning down, you're my morning flakes.
Morning Flakes. No outrageous claims, just outrageous taste. The kind of taste that makes any morning just a little friendlier.
You never let my morning down, you're my morning flakes.
Morning Flakes, new from the people at Taste More. Available soon in limited areas.
Oh damn, I woke up late again. I should have changed my station. I'm seeing this blur in the mirror. It's a new day coming and my head's drumming, but I got a better way to start the day from a box that sets me free. It's got tasty voices calling me. You never let my morning down, you're my morning flakes. get my day off of the ground. You're my morning flakes. No matter what the world out there can do to me, you make every day feel new to me. You never let my morning down. You're my morning flakes.
Morning Flakes. No outrageous claims, just outrageous taste. The kind of taste that makes any morning just a little friendlier.
You never let my morning down. You're my morning flakes.
Morning Flakes, new from the people that taste more. Available soon in limited areas.